Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Maresca are smart and a slot to beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge 2-1. It was a fantastic game of football for 90 minutes, suspense, drama everywhere. Chelsea took the lead with a powerful strike from Caicedo. What a strike from that first goal. Almost I had to shout, stood up and started shouting. It was a fantastic goal. Liverpool came back to make it 1-1, but the final minute, estevao, the young boys, scored the final goal to make it 2-1. It was a fantastic game of football. You know, this is what we like about Premier League: the drama, the suspense, 10-minute goals. Liverpool have been scoring 10-minute goals, but back-to-back games now. They have lost back-to-back games. They have conceded in extra time, in added time, in back-to-back games. What is wrong with Liverpool?
You know, this is a typical song of as they pain them, if they sweet us, as they pain them, if they sweet us. Yes. Because Liverpool fans have been making a lot of noise throughout this season, talking about slottage time.
Now you talk
that
slottage
one.
time.
Yes. Talking
now
about how
no,
I'm just calling it as it is, you know. Hiding behind a faulty defense and a team that is suffering what we suffered last season. Yes, when you win 4 in a row like we did, you have a fall off. It's there. Go and look at Fergie's record. When Liverpool pulled off what they did last season, they had a little fall off. The difference is that for the last 3 or 4 games prior to their last 2 losses, they've been grinding out results and pushing forward, calling it mentality, hey, winner's mentality, blah, blah, blah. You grind out a result after playing a boring game, and then you move on to the next one, hoping that you can make a turnaround and get better performances. Unfortunately, Chelsea flipped the script on them today because Chelsea came out, Chelsea attacked, Chelsea took opportunities that Liverpool were sitting deep and waiting for them to, you know, have unnecessary space for. Like, for example, the first goal for Caicedo's shot from outside the yards, as he was advancing, they were stepping back. Bro, where are you stepping back into? You're already in your 18. You have given him excess space. Before they recover, they are giving him excess space. Bro, release Thunderbolt.
Wait, have you subscribed? Please subscribe to the channel. Now, as I'm talking to you, please subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and share this video. I can understand that because Caicedo scored this goal once in blue moon.
Thank you.
I understand why they were stepping back.
Why might people step back?
I don't know why you.
The Grammy version is supposed to track back, come block, and they halfway line. Whether you see Liverpool defense before the shot, it was Konate stepping back and Van Dijk. Gravenberch was far behind him. Who was supposed to come back
Somebody,
and
one of the 5 defenders should come.
And block the man up front there.
One of the midfielders should have tracked back sooner.
No, I think.
No, you can't tell me.
I think look at it now. What he did, Caicedo was smart. He has smart McAllister to be in front of the defense. So you will not blame me.
Now look at the position you're talking about now. If a defender should leave his spot to track him, there's a run behind him. Open for the goalkeeper to be open. Now the option. Now, understand the only way to stop him in that instance was for either Gravenberch or McAllister to make the tackle on him.
The point is that
now you cannot
already dribbled the person that was supposed to mark him.
Now you cannot force the defenders for not closing him down, because if you force the defenders for not closing him down, you give him an option. I've seen that option multiple times. I've calculated that position where he was in my head like multiple scenarios.
Someone have just closed him down a little.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. The midfielder was supposed to close him down was giving too much power.
Why the defense?
And again,
the 2 defenders have only 1 striker. They are going to.
There are too many runs behind them. There's too many runs behind them. You cannot see.
Neto here.
Yes.
And Pedro.
You cannot.
Even beyond that, Godwin, they were still keeping their line.
Any run from defender. Any run at all from defender would open a space for somebody to run into.
Oh wow.
Well, I think it was too close though. If he make that pass too, keeper can still come and get it. But I think they gave him so many space for him.
So it's up to the midfield to have closed down that gap,
but the problem,
not the defense.
No, the problem in that particular goal, I'm not taking anything out of that goal. But the problem is that who would have tracked him was McAllister, and he actually dribbled McAllister cleanly, so nobody Gravenberch was not close.
That's what I'm saying. He could have tracked back.
No, he cannot.
Faster.
How many people will you track back now?
That's the thing.
McAllister was supposed to track him. He dribbled McAllister, so McAllister is out of the picture.
Thank you.
He dribbled him out. He was out of the picture. What I'm saying that he's supposed to close him down, but he said not to close him down for whatever reason.
At the point he beat McAllister, and these guys are still tracking back, bro. You are giving him more room in that front of the half circle. You are giving him more room there.
But let's not take anything away from Caicedo. That was a powerful strike. That it was too powerful that me personally I had to scream like the way I screamed about that goal.
Good goal.
It was a fantastic goal for him. So
that's
they scored,
what you call a screamer.
They scored that goal. But you know, it was like a game, 50-50 game, and Isak started at 150 million. Striker started almost.
And he had an assist.
He got an assist.
And he had an assist. Beautiful touch.
Lucky assist.
The one where he missed, I know this is what you say now.
That touch was heavenly.
But that lucky assist.
That touch was heavenly.
We know that he was lucky. He wanted to actually control that ball.
Control now. You don't really touch. But you don't beat his defender. He beat his defender, yes or no?
The point is that
only for slow motion gapkpo hits the ball fast. Now, first touch. Do you know the commentators will say Gary Neville and they say in your days will you have? Then he said no, don't ask me. Ask Daniel Sturridge.
You know what I'm saying? That I heard that, but when they replayed it, you could see that he wanted to actually control that ball for himself.
Heavenly.
But
but also you don't agree because your man.
See, understand.
Excuse me, there was something that happened and he was shining teeth when Zobos like gave him that inch perfect cross into the midfield. And he jumped up like a headless chicken.
He got the header and he missed his chance.
What happened?
Why with the hole and
and he was smiling like a headless chicken.
And I said, fine. But again, like I said, Godwin, that touch was heavenly. He has beat his defender. You get, if not that this guy connected to the ball on time, he probably might have gotten the goal. He probably might have gotten his goal.
Okay.
You get, like the other day we said,
he's no longer struggling now.
We said, no, he's still struggling. You understand the factor that he's still struggling, but he made his impact in the game. I will not take the fact that because of you have one assist, I will not rate it 10/10. You saw his performance in the game; it was below average.
Okay,
I don't do that because you're a star player.
You think it's an assist, lucky or not, but he went to he assisted the first goal and Gapkpo made it 1-1. Then
but again,
they made a change. Chelsea made a couple of changes that actually changed the whole game. Maresca, even though he got a red card because of he had to run to celebrate, but he had to put in Estevao and Gittins, who, truthfully, even though Garnacho played well and Neto played well, but those two substitutes in the last 15 minutes of that game actually changed Chelsea, and Estevao scored the final minute, and the
Liverpool kind of lost.
I just want to say something like, as a young player coming into Chelsea, you need a camera moment where you do something phenomenal, win all 3 points for the team, and seal your name in history. We saw Raheem Sterling do it at 17 for Liverpool. We've seen Michael Owen do it as well. We've seen a young Frank Lampard do that for Chelsea. We saw João Pedro, the recent one, do it in the Club World Cup when he scored the first game he was introduced into that game. And for this particular game, fantastic goal from Estevao. That is how you pull a miracle. That is how you steal the lottery. You come in, when everybody is okay, we are going to settle for this. You come in, you do something that will disable everybody in that place, and you get a goal. And forever and ever, Chelsea fans at the I don't know, in Arsenal now they will call it Hale End, the Man, they'll call it Stretford End, whatever end it is, they'll be singing his praises forever because he gave them the biggest win so far this season, and that gives Maresca and his boys a lot of breathing room for the next weeks to come.
Good goal for Estevao. Fine assist from Cucurella too to give him that pass.
Good assist from Cucurella, but the way you're sounding like he scored one beautiful dribble pass like this.
He collected 3 points from
sliding from the near post. I think from the far post.
3 points.
Because you saw the first time that cross came in, Gravy much almost connected to it and almost scored an own goal. Second time he came in, nobody was there to pick up the run because the person that was there to pick up the run was not fast enough, though he was fast, but not fast enough in terms of Robertson. But again, far post, sliding in to get it ahead of Robertson, a good one for him. Getting into the position on time. That's one thing. But again, you see that, again, who kept this guy? I like to tell you as the game went, who is at fault for which team. In the offside trap they've set, Gravenberch and Robertson kept this guy onside. The trap was set. This man made subs, removed your defender Konate, brought in Endo, brought in everybody. He switched back to back three formation. You know it's not working for your team.
I think what the actually substitution he made, that he removed
Cody.
He removed
Conor Bradley
and put
Conor Bradley for Invert. Now Zoboslai went to left back
for right back.
Now he removed another
He
person.
moved Konate and put Jones. Gravenberch went to centre back, so he was just changing things in that game, trying to change it, even though that he
And they lost in the last 15 minutes.
He was in a little bit.
It didn't work. Let's be honest, it didn't work. Not be waiting.
Because they were actually moving forward.
Not be waiting make and work with that. It didn't work. Let's be honest about it.
Liverpool
It didn't work.
So we can agree and disagree on that.
I think about football is that if probably Arne Slot won that game, you would have called it a master class for him when he made those substitutions.
When he made those subs, I knew he was going to lose.
That's what you say. You knew.
No, I knew.
He lost.
That's what you say, man. There's no evidence to that.
If you're with me, I shouted it. What kind of stupid sub?
It does not matter.
This?
It does not matter.
Whether you're chasing the game,
you know what
or
you
you're
think?
trying to.
As a coach, you make decisions. If it works for you, you become a tactician.
As a fan,
I've seen.
As a fan, when you see a coach make a stupid sub, you call him out on it.
Okay, wait. Arsenal was chasing the game and he removed one of the defenders and put in another striker, and he worked out for him, and they scored against Newcastle.
Simple, brilliance. Yes.
Now it didn't work with Arne Slot, even though he made that changes and they equalized. So in quotes, somehow it worked for him.
It didn't.
But what the mistake he made, either than putting Endo, he would have put Gomez. That's the only way I can fault him when he was
all the sub. I could fault him on all of them.
But we could. That's how football is. You make a choice.
Except for the
you have to take a risk.
You have to make a choice when you are a coach. You make a choice. For Maresca, he had injury problems. Two of his centre back was even substituted in this game. James has now played for in the centre half both parts, and the small ball Achepong was removed too. Had to come in, so they have injury problems in that Chelsea defense. They need to start fixing. I like the way Maresca played in the first half. The tactics, he changed a little bit of his tactics. Everybody was expecting James to play as a midfield. James played as a right back, and Gusto played as a midfield. So he changed a whole lot of things. As I said, if you make tactical changes and you win, they will call it. If you have probably lost that game, they will ask him, why are you playing Gusto as a midfielder and James? It does not make sense.
That's how it goes.
But that's how football works. You make your changes, you make your tactics. If it works for you, congratulations for you. If it doesn't work for you, we'll criticize you as we are criticizing, and it's not for the changes he made. And it's not have lost back-to-back Premier League game, lost to Crystal Palace, now they lost to Chelsea, and all those goals came at 90 minutes plus. So you need to start fixing up. In the whole scale of things, he have lost 3 games in a row because he lost the Champions League game midweek. So he needs to start fixing the game. His strikers are not scoring goals. People are going to argue if Ekitike should start ahead of Isak or Isak should continue. That argument will continue.
Will be there, yes.
Yeah. But for Maresca, even though he got a red card after celebrating with his people, I can't blame him. That was the final minutes. He got a red card. Probably he's going to miss the next game. But he went to in Stamford Bridge. He fought against Liverpool and somehow beat Liverpool at home 2-1.